Okay, welcome back. It has been a long time since I've done this, and I wanted to get back to doing it because I kind of miss doing it, and I kind of regret stopping doing it because it was really fun. This is the random toy review. Back again with a new figure that I haven't reviewed ever before. I'm considering possibly re-reviewing some of my old reviews, but I don't know yet. But for now, we're starting with a brand new review of a new toy. Well, not new. The toy itself is like 25, 24 years old. But a toy that I've never reviewed. This is Autobot Prowl, or Prowl, from Robots in Disguise 2001. Originally Car Robots in Japan. Check him out. Now, his vehicle mode is a... Oh man, I'm not a car expert. I'm pretty sure this is a Lamborghini. Like an early 2000s, late 90s, I don't know. Or maybe it might be Lamborghini, or I don't know. But it's obviously modified to be a police car. It is mostly white, pretty much entirely white, and with a black stripe going all along the bottom there. Pretty nice one, I might add. There's actually there's not a whole lot of paint detail, but the one that is there is pretty nice. Like, you look at the front here. That is some nice detailing at the front there. Got your Autobot symbol. And on the side, yes, this is the Hasbro version, the North American version. I double-checked and triple-checked. The US version has Japanese writing on the sides. I have no idea why. It just does. I'm pretty sure Optimus Prime did as well. The lights at the top are translucent red, which I think are a nice touch. They don't glow up or anything. If you look at the back, they even have some translucent... This is translucent plastic used in a good way, where it's used for the tail lights here to add a little bit of sense of realism, and then you have, even sticking out here, some... The lighting's not that good. Exhaust ports? I don't know, looks pretty nice. The rims are chrome, and the tires are actually, I think they're a special type of plastic that's similar to rubber, but not really rubber. Pretty much all of the RID cars did this, at least the big scale ones, not the Spy Changers, but the Autobot Brothers, Optimus Prime, Ultra Magnus, they all use these like rubber tires, and it ages really well because this thing rolls really smoothly. Now granted, this type of rubber is known to crack over time. You can even see it on Optimus, and maybe this one as well, like X-Brawn or Sideburn, but this figure rolls really nice. I mean, it is incredible. I mean, granted, trying to get it all leveled is hard because there's undercarriage junk, but I mean, that is a smooth roll that you don't get today at all. So, and why are you blurry? No, I do not want you to be blurry. Don't be blurry. Anyway. What else does it do? Well, it has, I guess we'll go over more detail into this back here. Please ignore the sticker. That is how much I paid for it at a used shop, and I don't want to remove it because it'll leave residue. I might remove it one day. One thing I have noticed that the doors here are painted, like the rest of the plastic is molded in white, but these doors are clearly painted white. That's an off shade. It is clearly not the same shade. I mean, I personally don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. That might bother some people. You can kind of see. Actually, again, the windows are translucent plastic, but if you look inside, you can see I mean, they are the robot mode feet, but they kind of look a bit like, hold on, let me get a flashlight so you can see it. Hopefully this helps, but they are kind of like seats in there. Maybe, maybe not. You might not be able to see that. But anyway, as for like what it can do, like features, like functions, well, you get these rockets here. You see the spoiler back here. The spoiler folds up, and then these rocket boosters clip onto the side. Well, don't clip on, they kind of peg in. So, yeah, you get that weird image of him just like freaking light speed. I mean, like, look at that. I would be terrified if I saw that on the road. I mean, holy cow. Oh boy, anyway. Oh, and those do fire, by the way. It's just that, I don't want to fire them right now because it doesn't really make sense to do it. But, so I'll fire them in robot mode because we will be using these again. Anyway, now here's the fun part. Now let's try to transform it. This thing, the Autobot Brothers and RID were kind of shell. Oh, that came undone. Don't worry, I'll fix it. They were kind of shell formers. This one's a little bit of one. No, so what you do here, gotta unpeg the door. All right, so the doors. This comes up. It's a pretty unique transformation. I like that the Autobot Brothers were they weren't your typical cliche, oh, the front hood of the car becomes the chest and the back becomes the legs and just stands up and the arms are, no, it actually does something a little different from your standard car transformer. As you see, we're folding down the legs here, spinning them around. So he stands up, and my back hurts from having to sit a certain way. Get this on camera, and then we're actually gonna fold these down like side armor for your thighs. This plugs in, and then we kind of collapse it like that. From there, we can move this down, and he's standing. Oh boy. I love seeing my Transformers half transformed. Move these out of the way for now. Move these down there. Up here, in fact, I might have to adjust the camera a bit. Let's see, can I do that here? Yeah, I can. Will this go up any further? Yay, there we go. So, from then we're gonna take this, which kind of looks like an engine block, folds down, down, clip inside. Ugh, this comes undone. Fold that down, fold everything out. Oh, that's one arm. That is one arm. And then the other arm has this giant, has pretty much the whole rear of the car attached to it. Folds around. And then we take the exhaust ports, fold them back up. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Prowl in robot mode, looking strong and wise and brave. I guess what we'll do now is, once I adjust my seat, see if I can zoom in on his face, because that's what every reviewer does. They zoom in on the face first. Now what I would have to give RID 2001 credit for is, again, it's kind of cheating because the toys were made first, and a lot of them were made before the line existed because some of them were repaint designs, but the figures were always extremely accurate to the TV show. And this pretty much looks like Prowl came off the screen. I mean, it's very well done. It's hard to tell what's what. Like, he kind of has a mouth plate, but there's a little bit of detailing in there. But, I mean, there's no light piping, unfortunately. I do like some light piping. But it looks, the paint and the sculpting, there's a lot of sculpted detail in there that my camera probably wouldn't focus in on. Will it? Will it focus on that? Or am I too close? Come on. Anyway. Yeah, I'm probably too close. But, you see, we probably get more detailing here. Like, all three of the Autobot brothers had this Autobot symbol on them that was kind of like sculpted in and painted over in like red chrome. As you can see right there. They all had that. His is on his chest, and that's a really nice chest. Again, the chest looks like an engine block, nearly almost. Some more detailing around the legs. It's very anime inspired, which makes sense because, you know, the cartoon was an anime. It came out in the early 2000s, around that Japanese anime boom in popularity over here in the West. So we'll zoom out. Also some, zoom back in. I want to get over this detailing here. This is also a really cool use of translucent plastic. There's like detailing in there, but it's covered by the plastic, so you can still see through it. And the cool thing about it is it's asymmetrical, so it's slightly different on this side. Like, see right here, whatever the red is in there, it's not the same. It's like circuitry almost. I think it's really, really neat. And it fell over. Yeah, I guess that's a con with this figure. The feet are pretty small, and he's a pretty top-heavy dude. I mean, here he is from the back. I mean, that is a lot of armor kind of scrunched up on his upper half. And then his legs are so skinny, and I mean, yeah, it's a lot of weight. But normally, I think he does an okay job. The ball joints on mine are totally okay. They're not too loose from age. They're also not too stiff either. So they hit that really good sweet spot. Just to get a comparison of how tall he is. So, is he on camera? Yeah. I'll compare him to a recent figure, far more recent. Here is Red Alert from Age of the Primes. He is pretty much the same exact height. I mean, like, their heads don't come to the same height. His head is a little like lower to the ground, but these big shoulder armor puts him pretty much on par with the new Red Alert. So that's a scale comparison for you. Anyway, as I'll go over articulation now. So the head swivels back and forth. It can rotate a full 360. That's about it. Nothing else. No up and down. There is a ball joint here, so he gets a full range of motion there. Also go outward. You can also go. I'll use this arm. You can also go on this hinge joint here. Go forward, and then his elbow goes back and forth like that, and like that. So on a double jointed elbow here. No waist articulation due to the transformation. But again, moving these hip skirts out of the way. Legs are also ball joint, but there's so much blocking it, it's not really all that useful. Knees, a little less than 90 degree, but it's also on a ball joint, so we can go like that as well. You can stand on one leg if you wanted. And then like his ankles are also multi-jointed. So he has, the legs could be a little better. But overall, his articulation is pretty good, I'd say. I mean, that's a pretty... I'm going to have to stand it back more. Come on, stand up. This is the part where he's going to have trouble standing up. Stand up. There we go. Yeah, his articulation is really not all that bad. It's really good for the time that it came out, and it's better than, because, you know, RID was really good at making the toys really good, you know, without cramming too many gimmicks, you know. Armada came after it, and it suffered a big problem with toys that sacrificed articulation in favor of gimmicks, which is really not a great idea. I'm going to lower the camera a bit. Can I do that? There we go. Just a tiny bit, so we get more of his body in frame, less negative space. Anyway, so again, stand, you piece of crap. I think it could be the foam board too. The foam board's kind of like curved, because foam board from Hobby Lobby just kind of does that. So maybe I need a new foam board. But then again, yeah, his legs are pretty small. I also like the silhouette of this. Like again, like I said during transformation, it is not your typical cliche car transformation. None of the Autobot brothers were. I used to have X-Brawn, so I could compare him to him, but I want him one day in Sideburn 2. But yeah, it is, he kind of looks like Samurai almost, with these hip skirts, you know? Even though they do get in the way, it creates for a unique look that we haven't really seen in any other Transformer character design since then. Maybe a couple have tried it, like, I think Mirage from Energon looked a little bit like this, but that was also a completely different vehicle that you're talking about, so there's that. As for the rockets, we can still use them. They actually go, one, you have two options. You can clip them to the lights back here, so you can have a jetpack. He can fly. Or alternative, this is what I like to do. You can put him on his arm here. So like this arm has a massive shield, that's just permanently attached to the hand, which is, I mean, that's massive. But this arm has nothing unless you attach the rockets. The rockets can go, let's see, how about this one first. And so it looks like he has a flamethrower. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like he has a flamethrower, but what it actually is I guess they're just like, it's like a blaster, arm cannon. So they're pressure-loaded missiles. So they shoot pretty okay. Not the greatest. I kind of miss the 2000s when they had spring-loaded missiles. I think those were the best, but I mean, these are pretty good. I've seen pressure-loaded missiles that are way worse than these. And these were the missile, by the way. They're just like this flame design. Focus. Focus. Anyway, maybe zoom in on it. Whatever. It's a flame design. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can stick it back in here for the final shot that I'll use for the thumbnail. But that is pretty much my entire review for Prowl here. Again, RID 2001 was a pretty good line, all things considered, at least with what the original toys did. And even the repaints were pretty good as well. I've already reviewed long ago, years ago, Optimus Prime and Galvatron. I'm hoping I get my hands on some more ones, like the Scourge, or again, they're G1 repaints, but the Commandos are pretty good, or Skybite or some of the other Predacons. But definitely more Autobot Brothers if I can get my hands on them or buy them online. But I definitely like Prowl here. He's not flawless. Again, I think these get in the way a little bit. And I wish the feet were a bit bigger, because he is pretty top heavy with all that junk up here. But the design is incredibly unique, and it reminds me of a time when Transformers was actually, or Hasbro was, and Takara were both coming up with brand new, innovative ways to make Transformers cool, and not just, recycling the same evergreen G1 designs for the umpteenth time. Boy, we could stop with that, couldn't we?